G'day and welcome back to Freo Faithful as I will be previewing the clash this Saturday night between North Melbourne and Fremantle at Optus Stadium. It's an away day, not really. On our home deck, it's a great luxury to have. We're going to be in Perth for 33 days. I think it's a 33-day gap in between the Suns game being in Perth and our next away game, which is in round 17, heading over to Sydney to take on the Swans. So we've got 3 games that are on Perth, and that stretch is being kicked off against the Roos at Optus Stadium. We've already had a week in Perth to refresh and revitalise for the second half of the season on the bye. And look, historically, we have not been very good on the bye. We've lost the past 3 years coming off the bye. The last time we won was in 2021 against Collingwood. So historically, we're really not good at in this stage of the season, and we really need our fortunes to change because we can't just be dropping games willy-nilly now. It's a stage in the season where we have to be making a push deep into finals. And there's no excuses for this game. It's a North Melbourne team that we're far better than on paper and in logic. So yeah, we just simply have to get the job done. Let's take a look at the teams. We have gone in unchanged for the second time in 3 games, which is great to see. North Melbourne have made the one forced change. It's Charlie Comben who goes out of the team, which is huge for us. He's their best defender. Callan Dawson comes in to replace him. And in terms of their injuries, the only 2 of note really are Aidan Corr and Charlie Comben. They're 2 probably main key defenders, and they're both going to be out. So it's very much so playing into the favour of Paddy Voss, Josh Tracy, and Jai Amos. It'll be Toby Pink, Callan Dawson, and Griffin Logue doing the job for the Roos. Toby Pink's been playing some okay football recently, so I expect him to take Tracy, but that being said, it's really going to be a rough one for the Roos on that front. In terms of injury news for us, very interesting this week. So we've had a few tests. We've had 4 players named as a test. Carl Warner, first of all, was named as a test after pulling up with hamstring awareness in the Suns game. He will play this week. You know, obviously, we've gone in unchanged. Michael Walters was also named as a test, but he hasn't even been picked for Peel. So he'll get another week off, as the same for Jagger and Mira. So O'Meara and Walters, named as a test, they'll both get another week off. They won't play at Peel. So yeah, they'll both get a little bit of time to get themselves right. Alex Pearce is expected to return next week against the Bombers. That's the aim, at least. And if he doesn't return against the Bombers, then he'll almost certainly return against the Saints. But he is back running on the track. And then Quinton Narkle was also named as a test, and he's been named for Peel Thunder. The other longer-term ones, Hayden Young, 5 to 6 weeks. Cooper Simpson, 7 weeks. Sam Sturt's also had a setback in the past few weeks. So, yeah, unfortunate for Sturdy, who just can't get himself on the park. And Isaiah Dudley, interestingly, he missed the Suns game due to personal reasons. He trained with the boys in the captain's run or whatever on Optus during the week. But he has been named for Peel. So, interesting with team selection. And I think one of the reasons why we haven't gone with Dudley is this is a game for the talls. And yeah, it's interesting because if this game has rain, it'll be very, very minimal. I've had a look, it's like 1 millimetre or something. So it is a game for Amos, Tracy and Voss to explode, especially with no Aidan Corr and Charlie Comben. Means the responsibility will be given to Dawson, Pink and Logue. And they're probably the weakest key backs we've played on paper this season. So yeah, it's sort of a game where those 3 need to just grab a stranglehold of it. And not picking Dudley probably plays into this thinking that these tools worked well versus the Suns in a wetter game and they still did their job. Just imagine what they can do in slightly drier conditions. We didn't need Dudley in that game in a game where we probably could have used him. I don't think it'd hurt to just give him a week in the waffle to tidy up. Not that he really needs it, Duds, but this is it's now 2 weeks without AFL football for him. I think it'd be nice to get a bit of match fitness back into him. So yeah, that's probably a bit of the thinking that's been played into it. Something we really need to do just from the get-go. With Freo this year, you can tell within the first 5 minutes if we're on and if we're going to win a game. Which I'm not sure if I'm happy about that. It's always a good feeling knowing when your team's on and that you're probably going to win a game or you're a chance of winning a game. But it's typically the way it's been this season. We really need to do that again. I mean, we've got to do it for every game this season. But we've got to be tough right from the get-go. So, like, despite technically being the younger team, we need to assert senior presence from the start. On our own deck, let's just smash the smaller young bodies and get a grip on the game early. That being said, they've got a few experienced guys in the team that go through the midfield. Like, particularly Luke Parker and Luke Davies-Uniacke, who are the bigger, more experienced bodies. Josh Simpkins, a bit of experience, not necessarily a big body, but yeah, you'll get the younger guys that go through there and get minutes, and we've really just got to assert our dominance, and it's not just around the contest, but it's also around the ground. Like, they'll have some rebounding halfbackers, you know, the Colby McKerches, the Riley Hardemans, Dylan Stevens on a wing. They're the younger guys where if they get a body put on them early, you know, there's a chance that they're not that they get intimidated, but they'll certainly potentially succumb to the pressure. So we've just got to make our presence known and get a grip on the game early. That being said, as I said, they've got talent in there. Like, we can't be naive to that. But when we play our way through the middle of the ground, there's nobody that can stop us. I was listening to Alistair Clarkson's press conference, and interesting quote that he made was, they've got just too much talent to mitigate one player. We'll go to someone if they start running loose. So it sounds like Clarko's not going to run a tag from the start. And what we know this season is that when Caleb Serong plays unleashed, and when he plays his best footy in and under and gets the ball out to our clean outside guys, when he dominates, we play our best football. And if he is untagged, then I've got confidence that we can get ascendancy out of the middle. So if he does sort of get off the leash, then they might chuck a guy on him. But North aren't known for really tagging this season. They don't have a tagger that I'd say, yeah, he'll go to Sarong. Like, I'm looking at their team. Maybe Finn O'Sullivan gets a run with role, sort of a good learning curve for a rookie, but I'm not really sure if that's what they'll go with. So yeah, I'm really confident we'll get ascendancy out of the middle in this game. Another thing that's crucial in the middle of the ground is probably their main guy. A bit similar to Richmond, you know. Richmond a lot of the time aren't playing good football, and the only thing they've got going for them is big Toby Nankervis in the middle. And it's the same thing for North Melbourne. A lot of the time, the only thing going for them is, at the moment, probably the All-Australian ruckman Tristan Cherry is having a fantastic season. Had a really good year last year. I'm not sure if he made All-Australian. If he didn't, he was stiff to miss out. But yeah, the X-Man's in brilliant form. And the double-edged sword of Luke Jackson and Sean Darcy will be crucial this game. And it's not just in the ruck contest, but even when Jackson's roving and Darcy's rucking, just having an extra big body and presence around Cherry will be crucial. And, you know, he's a unique sort of ruckman in the way where he actually does get a low disposal straight out of the contest. It's not like he's much... I mean, he's a decent tap ruckman, but it's not like he's a tap ruckman where he'll get it down to the Wardlaws or the Sheezels or the LDUs and they'll get to work from there. It's more Cherry does it all by himself in the ruck. He's a really good follow-up tackler, and he gets a lot of clearances off his own boot as well. So we've got to try and mitigate that, and just having that extra big body around the ball, it certainly is the right decision this game, playing both Jackson and Darcy. As Jail's mentioned a lot, it is a horses for courses thing with those two, but it's certainly a game where it's the correct call to be playing them. And my final point I've got written down here is don't fuck about. We don't play well post-bye, but there are just no excuses for this game whatsoever. I know there's the Dockery thoughts in all of our heads that we're going to lose this game, you know, we're not going to rock up. You know, it's just one of those nights where we've come off the bye, we've had 14 days off, and we're not fresh, we're complacent. I don't think it's going to be one of those games, and the players and the coaches better not think that either. I know the coaches won't. I've got a bit... My trust in the coaching staff has grown over the past few weeks, sort of the past couple months, or maybe just the past month. It's just down to the players. They better show up, because they showed up in the 3 games before the bye. You could even say they probably showed up in the Collingwood game, despite a narrow loss. Coming off the bye, don't be complacent. Don't be naive to what North can bring, because there's still talent on paper there. Let's just go and win this game by 10 goals. No ifs, buts, or maybes. And that's my tip. Fremantle by 60. It's got to be a game where we pull up and win by 10 goals. In Damien Barrett's column on afl.com.au, Sliding Doors, he said, if Fremantle is serious, then they'll go and win by 10 goals. I'm in the same boat. I think that's exactly what we've got to do. and I've got confidence that we'll win with a margin of around that ballpark. North was so bad last week. Like, I'm expecting a better version of North Melbourne, but even a better version of North Melbourne probably doesn't even beat us at 70%. So if we can rock up at 100%, then I'm sure we can do a number on them. And if the same North Melbourne rocks up that played West Coast last week, then we could get into record territory. But I'm not going to start speaking like that because a few people on the channel see me and Drewz as fair weather fans, and I don't want to buy into that. We'll stay focused on the game, and hopefully we get the dub and we can sing the praises after. So yeah, excited for this game. I'll be there at Optus. It's an away game. It's gonna be a unique experience. We'll be in the stealth jumper. Pretty excited. But let's just hope we rock up and get the 4 points. Tonight, after the game, there'll be 2 post-game shows. Usually we just have the fan cams, but there'll be 2 bits of post-game content. Straight after the game with Drewz and Dylan Alexander. They'll both be live on True Footy during the game if you want to go and watch the North Freo game with them. But after the game, they'll be doing a post-game show here on Freo Faithful. Dylan Alexander, a really good content creator that focuses a lot on the draft. He's a North Melbourne fan. He'll be giving his thoughts on the game with Drewz after the match. And then after the post-game show, I'll be doing my fan cams where you can come and have your say. They're not my fan cams, but I'll be hosting the fan cams. So yeah, 2 bits of post-game content to get your claws into. Very excited for the game. Let me know if you're heading there down in the comments, and let me know your thoughts on the game, how we win, and what you think's going to happen. Thanks for watching. Up the Dockers. Cheers.